Hey guys, it's Mr. Mini Painter and today I'm painting Zagdûsh, the orc captain, coming with Goroth. Goroth and Zagdûsh are a combined kit. I'm gonna show you how I painted it, but first I would love it if you subscribe to my channel, hit that like button and please leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. So I base coated this model black while first sanding it with some modeling sand and yeah, gave it an all over black color because we're gonna be painting dark colors on this guy. The skin is the most interesting part of this video, I think, because I love this green orc skin, and for that I used Deathworld Forest in combination with Rhinox hide to create a dark undertone, but still green. Now take your time painting this skin, try and leave the mouth nice and dark, and I also did the hands with the same base color. Now I also painted in the scar with some screamer pink. I kind of did it off camera, something went wrong while filming it, but you get the idea. And I also painted the lower lip with the same color. The scar is a fun detail on this model, I think, and we're gonna kind of blend it in together with the green colors. Next layer is Elysian green. I'm applying it to the most reflective parts of the model, so the top of the nose, the eyelids, the cheekbones, the top of the fingers, you know. What you can do next is make a wash of this paint by adding some water or Lamy medium and kind of blend those colors with the previous color. So that way you get a thinned down version of your original paint and you kind of blend the dark and the brighter colors together. Be very careful, it's best to do it maybe in 2 or 3 steps than try and achieve the result at once, because you might tend to go way too bright. Try and avoid that scar over there. I'm going to be adding some Cadian flesh tone to the lower lip and to the scar as some sort of fresh, new, young skin trying to regain its greenness. I'm trying to blend that back into the green skin by just adding some points of green here and there, as if the skin is trying to grow back. So you bring back the scar, and that makes it look way more deep. Now with this Elysian green, I'm going over some parts I want to emphasize, and in this next step I'm adding mood green to the mix to brighten it up a little more. I'm only using this as a very edge highlight, so the tip of the ears, tip of the nose, and define some of the cheekbones maybe, but that's it. The top of the head you can use a wash if you want, so it kind of blends with the previous color. Do the knuckles on the fingers, and that's it. Next, some rock art flesh for the teeth. I used palette witch flesh for the eyes, and I tried to leave the black in the eye socket as it is, so the eyes lie nice and deep. I decided that his left eye was his only good eye. Because of the scar on his other eye, I made him blind, so I did not paint a pupil in there, but I gave it a palette witch flesh inside, so it looks kind of a muddy, dead eye. This eye over here, I gave a black pupil. And this one I did not. So with Abaddon black, I painted in the pupil in his left eye. It's not really well visible. I had some problems with my camera while filming this, but you get the idea. Next is lead belcher for all the chainmail and metal parts on this miniature. The shoulder piece, The swords, of course. After that, I continued on the cloth hanging here on his waist with a mixture of abaddon black and dried bark. Also on the back. I then used steel legion drab for the remaining cloth, so his sleeves and the part below his waist. Then around his neck and wrists I used Skavenblight Dinge to paint a nice grey. Then with some Thondia Brown I painted the boots, which I then highlighted with Scrag Brown. I used null oil on the previously painted cloth and all the metal areas. Next, some Agrax Earthshade to dirty up that metal. And also the cloth part we painted before. Then some Balthazar gold on the grip of the swords. I'm taking Steel Legion Drab again to repaint the previously painted cloth area and kind of highlight what we toned down before, leaving the crevices nice and dark and focus on the raised areas. I then highlighted that with some Baneblade Brown. Just an edge highlight, it's more than enough. And with Dawnstone I'm doing the same on the collar and the wrists. Just highlight them here and there. An edge highlight, you can add some extra details to it if you want. The same color we used on the pants as well. Then with some dried bark I did some edge highlighting on the cloth hanging in the middle. Try and pick out every stroke of leather. You get a nice fine detail on there. Baneblade Brown I used for the top part, just as an extra extreme highlight. Take out some of the folds. With Stormhost Silver I created some sharpness to the blades. Just focus on the sharp edges. And if you want you can kind of wet blend that in there as well. You get a nice transition. So water it down and give it 2 or 3 layers. I used Canoptic Alloy to define the Balthazar gold we painted before and give that an edge highlight. I went a bit off camera here, sorry about that. Mechanicus Standard Grey was used for the rock he is holding his foot on. I gave that rock some sharpness by adding some Administratum Grey and painting some of these edges. define the sharp edges, and you can add some extra detail if you want. Now what I forgot to do on the face was painting the inside of the ears, and for that I used Fulgrim Pink, and I thinned that down quite a lot. So about 2 parts water to 1 part paint. Or Lamy medium if you have some. You get a nice faded color. For the base I used dried bark. Which I then highlighted with rock art flash and a dry brush. Make sure that the previous color is completely dry, otherwise you're blending it. And I just want to focus on the tips. And I did the same with palette wedge flash by very gently brushing over the grains of sand I glued to the base, giving it an extreme highlight. And that's it for Zagdûsh. I think he looks amazing, and he's a nice addition as an orc captain to my orc army. He looks mean and fearsome, and with his one good eye, he is a force to be reckoned with still. I hope this tutorial was of any help to you guys. I made it especially for you, and I'd love to hear from you, so please leave a comment and consider subscribing to the channel if you're interested in these kind of videos, as I will be making a lot more of them. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye!